to a pizza slice, lines and angles can be found everywhere. Without the knowledge of the properties of these lines and angles, architects cannot design a house, or physics would have not been so developed. That is, to understand the properties like refraction of light or force on an object, we need to know the properties of lines and angles. Before going in detail on lines and angles, let's see a prerequisite knowledge on certain definitions. A point is that which has no part. A line segment is a line with two endpoints. It is denoted as AB with a bar on top of it. A ray is a part of line with one endpoint. It is denoted as AB with a ray on top of it. An angle is formed when two rays originate from the same endpoint. Parallel lines are two or more distinct lines which never intersect one another, and perpendicular lines intersect each other at 90 degrees. We have already seen what a point is, but what about collinear points? If three or more points lie on the same line, they are collinear points. Otherwise, they are non-collinear points. That is, if three or more points are not lying on the same line. Now, let's see the origin of all these definitions. That is from Euclid. Euclid, the father of geometry, specified certain assumptions in his treatise called Elements. They are actually universal truths and are divided into two types, axioms and postulates. Postulates are assumptions that were specific to geometry, whereas axioms, also called as common notions, were assumptions used throughout mathematics and not specifically linked to geometry. Now let's see in detail about lines and angles. Lines can be of two types, intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are the lines that cross each other, and non-intersecting lines are the lines that never cross each other and are always parallel to each other. Please note that the lengths of the common perpendiculars at different points on these parallel lines is same. This equal length is called distance between two parallel lines. Also, if two lines do not intersect, then they are definitely parallel to each other. For example, scissors and crossrails are intersecting lines, and the keys of a piano and the twin towers are examples of non-intersecting or parallel lines. These are all about lines. Then what about angles? Let's check it out. The arms of an angle is the two rays making an angle, and the vertex of an angle is the point at which the two rays meet. Now let's see what are the types of angles. Acute angle measures between 0 degree and 90 degree, whereas a right angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. An angle greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree is called an obtuse angle. Also, a straight angle is equal to 180 degree. An angle which is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called a reflex angle, and a complete angle is equal to 360 degree. Can you guess what type of angles you can see in these examples? They are obtuse angle, reflex angle, straight angle and acute angle respectively. Now let's see the types of pairs of angles. Two angles whose sum is 90 degree are called as complementary angles. Here alpha plus beta equals 90 degree, and two angles whose sum is 180 degree are called supplementary angles. Here alpha plus beta equals 180 degrees. Two angles are adjacent if they have a common vertex, a common arm, and their non-common arms are on different sides of the common arm. Here angle ABD and angle DBC are adjacent angles. Ray BD is their common arm and the point B is their common vertex. Ray BA and ray BC are non-common arms. Moreover, when two angles are adjacent, then their sum is always equal to the angles formed by the two non-common arms. So we can write angle ABC equals angle ABD plus angle DBC. And if these adjacent angles are supplementary, that is the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees, then they are called as linear pair of angles. Here the non-common arms BA and BC form a line, which means it's 180 degrees. So angle ABD and angle DBC are linear pair of angles. And finally we have vertically opposite angles. They are formed when two lines, say AB and CD, intersect each other, say at the point O. There will be two pairs of vertically opposite angles. One pair is angle AOD and angle BOC, and the other is angle AOC and angle BOD. So we can conclude that lines can be of two types, that is intersecting or non-intersecting, that is parallel lines, and angles can be acute, right, obtuse, straight, reflex and complete angles, and based on the types of pairs of angles, they are complementary, supplementary, adjacent, linear pair and vertically opposite angles.